Porky, you still out here lying, Porky? Woo! I got you again. Choke no joke. You already know, truth be told, all day, every day, even on the holiday. And I got this dirty Compton pig again. Oh, it gets real tonight. Let's go.
Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke. Niggas choke no joke.
I'm here now.
This is for Tupac. This is for Tupac. This is for Tupac. This is for Tupac.
Rest in peace, Tupac Shakur. Choke no joke. Let's go. Pac, we still riding, baby. Your Royce, draw up the paperwork. You lucky Solange like me. Yeah. And I wanna make a wifey. I know a nigga wanna fight me. I in the elevator wanna fight me. I do you like you do dudes. Drag your ass up and down the Ave. You go only go and drop a bag. Cause you ain't half the man that I am. Still mad, you ugly, yeah, shows. Still here hustling that studio. Yo, that your subliminal thing flow. Look, this whole she a bad afro. I got a brain, scarecrow. And you ain't shit without me, though. Jumped on Dorothy's yellow brick road. You wicked witch, you a dog, so Tin Man and lion, you heartless coward. Cross the bridge to success, douse you with fire. Solos behind you, can call you sire. The kingdom filled with calm, gonorrhea fire. I'm the one, not Nas. Summer Jam, you would've got hung. Young son said you was fun, and you devastated Michael True made a run. You see him on Twitter running back. Or any given Sunday. You know, on Twitter, the Twitter guy. Yeah, joke no joke. You know what it is. Either war, BX. We here now. Rest in peace, Pop. It's the ghost of Pop. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I see Diddy behind bars. Or Kells, penitentiary scars. The Man Act, is it going too far? Back, y'all industry rats. Y'all whack, that's 100. On Pyro, you'll be trapped like Pac. The go viral. Jeans sore, then us at Ja Rule. At the freak off, and Diddy too. But plug shopper, free door stopper. Nigga, you don't know if you a criminal or a cop. But you next to be locked. Ask Keefy D, telling on yourself on Vlad TV. You dumb nigga, right? You never be me. And I never be you too. Telling on you too, yeah, sitting on the step, giving up myself. What the fuck I look like? My name G-Dap. Comb legacy doom. Will the bad boy see time like loan? Your extortion fell through. You friended no one, like the moon. What did you do? Sat back and watched him get groomed. Only badge in the room. You and wifey, drunk dick juice. Saw the check for Pac's life. And his back right. Guess it's bad boy for life. Or should I say same gang? You the same lane. That Diddy let hang. And now he chain gang. Damn, you rocked him, fella. Didn't you? For the mozzarella. Did it for disrespectful. I just go to the booth and kick the truth to the young black youth. Choke no joke, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is.
This one right here go out to my man Porky. Go out to my man Paul Boy, straight out of Compton. You know what it is. Let's go out to you, baby, because you never know. You never know.
Check it out. Choke no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the great. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Best day of my life, no sleep all night. Broke day for weeks, my cash was right. My combo tight, take our loot, unite. 23-hour shifts, had to see loot like Mike. Cash, lovely, yeah, Dougie. How could this day get so ugly? Wifey bout to pop, like some bubbly. Yo, through those 9 months, don't really bug me. Felt like a star, cop first car. Get up with the guard, what it is, baby paw. Hip out the cop a van, get up with our mans. Before we reached our low spot, toes blam. Unaware what happened, discussing the clapping. It wasn't loud, ain't shit gon' happen. Me being stupid, instead of getting they moving, this nigga kept chefing like the woo one. Then we heard a knock, no one knew of this spot. 6 niggas in the spot, 6 niggas not. Ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. I'm in the precinct all damn even. This good cop, bad cop shit got me steaming. No, I was caught, I ain't give a fuck. Had jokes like the usual suspects line up. Book times up, came back fuck. Shirt wrinkled up, my pigs roughed me up. Time's up, heard them clink of the cuffs. Niggas was so deep they had to call on the bus. Everybody that checks outside waiting on us like ghetto celebs. Ourselves ain't plush. 5 in the book and gave a whooping. He never forget, they gotta be split. Up in the courtroom, they cause it ruckus. Everybody in the jacks waiting on us. Try to bail us out, that thought got thrown out. Bill one so high, I couldn't be a half a nigga out. Copped out, that's what first fell in the bow. Back on the bus, Rikers the row. Wifey in the courtroom crying out. We love y'all with tears running in their mouth. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Choke no joke, learn from mistakes. Keep chasing that paper, you gonna catch a case. DJ S&S the great.
It's joke, no joke, no joke. Oh, you know what it is. Hip hop's governor, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is. Choke no joke, I'm in the building, you already know. If you see your name on the screen, I mean you already got a shout out. Shout out to my man DJ Darnell, good looking on the kitted ass, she did that. Appreciate all of that. What's this dumb thing about, man? How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all feeling good out there? See my man Kev in the building. I believe at some point they won't need pork, but don't only reason he feels confident is because he's given a lot of info. That's my theory. It's a good one. He's only around because he's a rat. You know what I mean? Or he'd have been exterminated. You know, some rats get exterminated. Some rats become pets. He's like Ben. He's like Ben. He's one of the rats you don't exterminate. Because he'll tell on all the dudes in the hood. You know Michael Jackson, the little rat he had called Ben. His name was Reggie. Michael nicknamed him Reggie. Oh, y'all trying to. See something. All right. Delilo in the building. Dusty Skies here. The East Side Moonwalkers in the building. Goddess News. Consult to Win. Alexander Gray. Khalid Marley. No love for the other side. Dietrich in the building. Aries 80s baby. What up? All right. Ed in Houston. What up? Rasan, what up? Kiali, what up? Paul, my guy in the building, what up? Edward in the building. Membership game. Said Porky's fried. Fatima B's here. All right. Who else is here? Smoked Out, what up? New Edge Designs in the building. Inca in the building. Bruno in the building. My man Whack on Wood is in here. All right. That's enough shout outs for now. I hope y'all coming on the cruise, the Choke No Joke Virgin Voyages cruise, April 6th. All right, hit me up, chokenojoke@gmail.com or Real Choke No Joke right here at Instagram if you want to join the cruise. All right, you got a lot of people that joined that's coming, so unless you a brokey, I don't know why you ain't coming. Unless you ain't got a passport, I don't know what your excuse is. You know what I mean? Two ladies could get together, put up $750 a piece, and they good. You know what I mean? Two fellas could do the same. You know what I mean? However y'all do it. A couple could do the same. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of y'all and partying and eating. We're gonna be eating now. So go shed a few pounds. We only got what? How many more days we got, Tasha Rain? Oh, my girl. Oh, there's how many days we got left, y'all? Man, get out there and work out. We got 48 days to the cruise, y'all. Wait, what's today's date? We got 3 more days before we can start what you call it? Booking reservations and everything and activities and all that. So in 3 days, we'll be able to all be connected on the app. What you said, pork butt threatened Suge. He's been doing that for I don't know. You must be definitely new to YouTube because he's been threatening him off. He'd be threatening him off and on for no less than 5 years. No less than 5 years, easy. 1 minute, he just last week, Suge was his boy. Me and Suge, we just been talking. And me and Suge talk every day. That's my boy. And he even played the clip of him and Suge talking. I don't know why he took it down. Why you take it down, Porky? Man, he was asking Suge about, yo, man, what you and Suge, you and Pac was listening to. So we know he been talking to his big homie, he back talking to his big homie, feeling good about it too. But look, 3 days later, nigga done turned on him again. Nigga Suge don't want it with me. But Suge was his man just last week, bro. Just last week, Suge was his boy again. They was back hooked up. They getting ready to do business together. Whoop-de-whoop. Whoop-de-whoop. He was smiling. He was glowing. I got to talk to Suge. I got to talk to Suge. We doing business together. We doing business together. And then today, fuck that nigga Suge, man. Yo, F that nigga, man. That nigga don't want it with me. Like, so you got to take that with a half a grain of salt when he's talking about Suge. Because, it depends on which side of the bed they got to pick him up off of that day for him to decide if he going to be on Suge's good side or Suge's bad side. But we know the dirty pig is a lying, conniving, drug dealing, dirty pig, right? So it's only a matter of time before y'all see him do the perk walk or the perk roll. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time before they go and pick him up, right? He knows this. He's a little scared right now, right? If you've seen him recently, you know that he is definitely a little nervous. You see all his cockiness going right out the window, right? So at times I want to believe that the guy, his partner, the white guy, is setting him up. That him and the white guys like him and Suge. They got their good days, they got their bad days, right? But sometimes when the white guy is mad at Pork Butt, he plays certain things to like throw him under the bus. Cause I'll be like, yo, why would he play this and it's not in Porky's favor? And then it was one time, I think it was one time last year, or maybe the year before, because this has been going on quite a while. Maybe last year, they got into it. They got into a beef, and the white guy played some clips of Porky that was really bad. I got him saved up, but I would have pulled him up if I was thinking that I was going to say this to play it, but I don't want to start searching and waste a lot of time searching. So I'll get him and I'll play it later because I got a lot of stuff queued up for tonight, right? So once again, I think the white guy is setting him up, right? Because yesterday he played, I don't even know what to call this because it wasn't a press conference. He played a Q&A with the Dirty Pig and his father, Reggie Wright Sr. and Reggie Wright Jr. at Seaside Police Department, maybe. And they was talking to the citizens and they was talking to some of the police there. Now, the police there, I'm going to say, except for probably like the rookies, knew Reggie body language and everything. They knew he was up there and he was full of crack, and his pops too, right? Especially if you know the story, right? Now the guy that was moderating, the cop that was moderating this, he kind of know a little bit of the story because you could tell he watched some of the documentaries like the Nick Bloomfield and some of the YouTube stuff. So he was pulling from that, but he didn't have deep knowledge because he was too young to be around that era, you know. And he was very vocal to admit that he was very young at the time when Pac died and wasn't around like that. Something that you would think that Wack would do, but he want to act like he was hanging with niggas in 95 and 96 and he was a teenager, and none of us had the little homies hanging around with us, especially at no goddamn Mike Tyson fight where they ain't even got an ID to get in the casino. I don't know why they be listening to this dude, but anyway, the dude, like I said, he was young, so he didn't really know much. Oh, damn, I forgot to go live on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram, y'all, too. All right. Instagram, I'm live on YouTube. You can watch right here, or you can come on the screen, on the YouTube screen, and hang out with us. Got a snooze. Thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Much love to you. And shout out to everybody out there, whether you supported me by donations, comments, messages, DMs, you know, telling me, yo, Choke, you know, you've been saying this and now it's, you know, it's coming into fruition. You've seen it. Just for any kind of support that y'all been giving me. And you haters, keep hating because you motivated me even more. As you can see, when you hate, you push me to go hard, and I get great results. So keep hating. Keep hating. But thanks again, God, Snooze. I appreciate you and all my other members and subscribers to my channel, right? And if you're not subscribed, you know, I would appreciate it. But I know a lot of y'all hate on me, so you'll watch like you watching right now. Man, I ain't subscribing to that channel, the nigga channel. Nigga, just go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and get to it, nigga. I ain't subscribing to your channel. You know what I mean? I don't like you like that. Subscribe to your channel. I'm gonna watch it. I ain't subscribing. It's all right. Nah, nigga, I ain't donating to you, nigga. Just go ahead and tell it, nigga. I mean, I'm not here for you to tell it. Well, I gotta donate to you, you know. So it is what it is, man. But I appreciate y'all, you know, like Donnell, like Paul, like Aaron, Tasha Ray, and every, you know, all those that do support. Thank you very much. Now, let me get back into this. Shout out to my girl Bev G over in London too. So, as y'all know, Reggie has been implicated in by Keefe D's defense as the person that orchestrated, allegedly orchestrated the hit on Tupac and Suge. Now, like I said, Reggie and his pops, they went and did this Q&A at Seaside Police Department. I believe that's probably like Northern California somewhere. And in this Q&A, Reggie gets busted again. Now, I'm going to jump all over the place. I can't go all the way back to the beginning, all the way up into now, because we'll be here for 3 hours. But if you know the story, then, or the skeleton of the story, then this would be some arms and legs and fingers and feet and eyes and ears and nose for you. If you know the skeleton of the story, metaphorically speaking, right? Now, this is how I know that Reggie Wright Jr. has some involvement in allegedly have some involvement in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Because one, there's nothing to lie about, right? There's nothing to lie about. If you've done nothing wrong, there is nothing to lie about. That's one, right? Now, this guy has been doing a gang of lying. And, you know, now to the point where I'm probably going to put a reel together and show you the inconsistencies in his statements and the things that he say, even though I do it here. But I think it'll be more powerful if I just string them together where you could just watch it and be like, wow, I didn't realize how much this guy lies, right? But he's like Keefe D. He's put himself in this predicament by one, lying to getting on YouTube and constantly talking about this repetitive, keep repeating the same stories over and over, but the same stories start changing, right? And then, you know, the thing that make people like myself and others like RJ Bond and who else he be attacking? The Michael Collins, Frank, Michael Moore, Suge, anybody that will debate and debunk his lies, we get attacked. You know, we get called names, we go slandered. He even goes so far as, you know, attacking people, kids with disability. So he has no chill. You know, we heard him say he don't give a F about a mother effing Biggie Smalls, right? We heard him say he don't give a F about Pac. You know, he or something to that effect. Definitely talked derogatory about Tupac as well. So with me, he been out there lying on me, running with some rumors that he heard, didn't do his research, because if he did, he would know that it wasn't true. But the fact that he went to discredit my name, it kind of put me on his heels. Oh, excuse me, on his wheels, right? And I started deep diving. And bam. Then I realized, man, you got something to do, allegedly, with the murder of Tupac, right? So there's been different ways and different research that I have done, right? Now, more recently, they did this thing at the Seaside Police Department, right? Now, this cop, he asks them several questions. I'm not going to get through the whole thing, and I'm not going to play their stuff here because they are notorious for trying to flag your channel, even though I can use it under fair use. And y'all know I will give my copyright disclaimer and all that. But I don't even want to play games. It ain't necessary. And I don't want to give them that much shine, right? So I'm going to tell you some of the discrepancies, and then y'all can go check for yourself. One, right? Reggie doesn't know how strategic I am, right? I've been doing this a long time, 30 years with this camera thing. And then, you know, before that, I got street smarts, right? So he don't know, he think he's smarter than everybody. But I'm definitely one of the sharpest pencils in the goddamn cup holder. All right. And he's going to realize that at some point, if he don't by now. Well, he should know by now. Now the fact that he's officially a suspect in the murder of Tupac Shakur, according to the defense, right? Now, the cop at the Seaside, he asked him and his father, he asked his father, well, when was the first time you found out about Tupac being shot, right? Now, his father goes on to say, oh, the same thing his father been saying for the last 20 years. Reggie called me within the hour and told me that Southside did it. You know what? I'm going to play it. You know what I'm saying? I dare them to try to flag me under fair use. It'd be a waste of time. I'm going to play it, right? So he says, Reggie called me within the hour and told me the details, who did it, who was responsible. And he said his father told him that it was, Reggie told him it was Southside and Orlando and them did it. And this is within the hour, his father says, right? His father goes on to tell the whole story all over again. I know y'all done heard it over and over, so I don't even want to reiterate it, right? So the cop asks Reggie, well, how did you know what happened or whatever to call your father? And how did you find out? Reggie goes and tries to correct his father. Oh, my father said it was an hour. Nah, it wasn't an hour. Nah, it was more like 3 or 4 hours that I called him. Now, we know he's lying, right? Now, let me explain to you why Reggie is changing the time frame from calling his father within an hour, which is well documented. I can show you Sergeant Reynolds saying that it was an hour. I can show you Reggie Wright Sr. saying it was within an hour. I could show you Robbie Ladd, who Reggie's father called him within the hour of the shooting. Oh, rest in peace, Tim Brennan, but he was another one that did an interview that said Reggie called his father within the hour, right? Okay. Like I said, I will play it, right? So Reggie tries to correct his father. So his father's looking at Reggie like, yo, what are you talking about? 3, 4 hours, right? So when Reggie corrects his father, Reggie gives his father the look like, yo, nigga, like, nah, it was 3 or 4 hours. So his father go, oh, well, that's why I'm here with my son, because I might have some George Bush moments, so he might correct me or whatever. Reggie's father been saying that in every goddamn interview that he ever did when he talked about Reggie calling. Go look him up. I'm not gonna go here and pull every goddamn interview with Reggie father, but Reggie father, Sergeant Reynolds, the officer Robbie Ladd, Tim Brennan, who else? There's a few people that say within the hour, Reggie called them and told them, right? I gotta show this. Hold on, Instagram. Oh, Instagram, you know what? My phone's about to die. I'm gonna have to come back on. I'm live on YouTube, y'all. I'm live on YouTube. Come on my YouTube page. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair uses of use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit education and personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Got that on cap, but I am going to put it on the screen. I am going to be using this content as for fair use to criticize Reggie Wright Jr. and comment on it, as well as news reporting, and this is research and the Tupac Shakur murder. Okay? And I will leave this up here on the screen. All right? Now watch this. Let me see which one this is. Oh, and you a snitch. You a snitch. You just said you still work with the police and you tricked Keefe D, and your job was to get Keefe D to go up on goddamn social media and tell on himself, and you coached him into it. You rat bastard. Oh, now we know that you made up this story and you made Keefe D go up there and tell it to save you so it wouldn't come back on you. Dirty, 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 allegedly. Yeah, all right, y'all. We get ready to put the apple in the pig mouth right now. We about to have roast pig. Okay.
the night of that. But I had gotten all kind of intelligence from my informants an hour after the shooting went down. Now, Reggie called me as soon as he found out about it and told me that Tupac was shot. He told me he was dead because he believed he was dead that night, and Suge had got shot. So I started trying to work my people as to what happened. But when Reggie was finding out on that end, I was finding out from informers who was hitting my page telling me about what had just happened. So I knew basically who were the suspects, where they were headed. And it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to call Las Vegas PD to give them that information. But as soon as I said Reggie Wright, they associated me because they were confused. Oh, we got a Reggie Wright out here, you know, that's supposed to be over the security. And you talk about a Reggie Wright lieutenant from Compton. They shut me down immediately. Matter of fact, I tried to talk to a lieutenant or a captain from a homicide 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to give them leads. And they just completely shut me down and quit taking my calls. And eventually my chief called me 5 or 6 o'clock and said, Reggie, I got to take you off of this because they all of a sudden don't want to deal with you because they don't trust what's going on. That's how it really impacted me from my end. So naturally, I've been happy with that.
What did his father say? Within the hour, right? And he knew exactly who, where, what they was doing, how he knew who. Reggie wasn't there. Reggie wasn't there. So how would he be able to know today this shit ain't even solved, right? And you telling me the dude that wasn't at the fight and wasn't in the caravan, the cars, was able to call his father within the hour and tell him exactly who did it? Now watch this.
And will lead these people to the questions that I wanted answered. And he told them. I think that's what made Las Vegas. And I even heard on the hearing yesterday that the DA said that's pretty much why. But I turned you on to other people and will lead these people to the questions that I wanted answered. And he took.
Now, he talking right here, he talking about KVD, right? He talking about KVD right here. He said, I would lead them to the people that he wanted to interview him, the Vlads, the Art of Dialogue, the Cam Capones, right? And he would tell them the questions to ask him to lead him. This is how Reggie set up KVD to make us believe his story with the shit. He was saying KVD up and KVD ain't even know it. Listen.
But I turned you on to other people and will lead these people to the questions that I wanted answered. And he told them. And I think that's what made Las Vegas.
See?
Turned you on to other people. Even go back even further, it's alleged that Diddy Buffy goes and put a bounty out for the chains, the Death Row chain, because he wanted to put in a video shoot or something like that. And so that's why they try to take the chain. The only reason I'm correcting you more than that, because that's a big thing in the trial that's going on about the attempt and whether it was actually taken or if it wasn't taken. And so a lot of my stuff get watched because I lay out the atmosphere on this particular trial, so I got to watch what I co-sign or say. Yeah. But anyway, so the bounty was put out, and they.
Now, he's sitting here telling the fake bounty story because we already know it was no bounty, right? And I think somebody is setting Reggie up to whoever could set up this interview. I think they would set him up for him and his father to get up there and pre-testify before the court case. Now listen to the fake chain story. How he tells it.
He goes and put a bounty out for the chains, the Death Row chain, because he wanted to put in a video shoot or something like that. And so that's why they try to attempt to take the chain. And one of the reasons I'm correcting him on that, because that's a big thing in the trial that's going on about the attempt and whether it was actually taken or if it wasn't taken. And so a lot of my stuff get watched because I lay out the atmosphere on this particular trial, so I got to watch what I co-sign or say. Yeah. But anyway, so the bounty was put out, and they saw it. But the guy Trayvon Lane, who I speak to and talk to a lot, he always said it wasn't like he went to Tupac, and because his big homies, meaning the guy that was higher up in the mob.
Now listen, he said now the guy Trayvon Lane, who I talk to a lot. Now we know when Trayvon was just beefing with Reggie, he said, "Uh-oh, Reggie, the Cadillac about to turn to a pumpkin," meaning Reggie was guilty about something in the Tupac case. They was beefing with each other, and Trayvon posted that. Nigga, the Cadillac's about to turn to a pumpkin. It's all about to be over for you, Reggie, right? So now he says here, oh, the guy Trayvon, who I talk to all the time, you know, he told me that he didn't yell in Tupac's ear and tell him that. Now, you just heard Suge say on the Art of Dialogue, Trayvon said something to Pac, and that's what sent Pac off. Suge ain't say exactly what it is, but we know what it was, and it wasn't, oh, yo, that's the nigga that took my chain, right? Reggie said, and remember, Reggie's not here at the fight, y'all, in Vegas. He's not at the fight, and he's telling the story as if he was there. Remember what Suge said. Trayvon came over to Pac, said something to Pac. Not Buntree, not Neckbone, none of that. Reggie spinning the story now said Trayvon told him that he went over there and said something to Buntree, and Pac overheard it and ran over there and went and attacked Orlando. No, nigga, no. Nice try, though, but no.
The guy Trayvon Lane, who I speak to and talk to a lot, he always said it wasn't like he went to Tupac, and because his big homies, meaning the guy that was higher up in the mob, Haru gang, was standing there, and they were near Tupac, and he was just saying, "Hey, there's the guy," meaning the guy named Neckbone and Buntree and Suge, and Tupac was in the area. Those are the ones that maybe was seen on the tape, kicking him later. He was talking to them, and Tupac on his own took off and went over there and did what he did to Orlando to make him, the beating or the kicking and all of that.
Remember, yeah, he wasn't there.
He mounted up and retaliated that night to and shot Tupac Shakur and shit.
And just to follow up on that, I know there's probably some things you can't talk about since there is a trial going on. But just from your perspective, when did you first, if you can speak to this, when did you first hear about this? And what would...
Now, here's where he asked him, where did you first hear about this? Now, remember, Reggie was not there at the MGM Grand to see the fight. But he's sitting here telling the story as if he was. Well, he did say Trayvon told him that he went over to him. But remember, he's the head of security, and he's not there, right? Now, the cop asked him, well, how did you find out about this? Watch this.
Mounted up and retaliated that night and shot Tupac Shakur and shit.
And just to follow up on that, I know there's probably some things you can't talk about since there is a trial going on, but just from your perspective, when did you first, if you can speak to this, when did you first hear about this, and what was your reaction, and where did you go once you heard that Tupac and Suge were shot?
Yeah, my father says an hour. It was an hour. It was about 3 to 4 hours ago. And I only heard that from because once I get to the hospital, you know, everybody, we used to call it DFO, what was the cops, but they all out there crying and talking and in the parking lot, and that's where, like, what happened, you know? What's going on? And that's when I started getting the intel that, hey, we got into it with some guys at the South Side. At that point, I did not know anyone's name, none of the 4 players or anything. Just that they got into it with some guys from South Side that was at the MGM. And so that's when those guys were just passing around. And so that's when I stepped to the Las Vegas cop, gave him my card and told him who I was, and told me I'll be feeding you some intel through my father. But at that point, Vegas was, they get mad every time I say this on YouTube or whatever, they didn't care about solving that murder.
Now he putting it off on Vegas that they didn't want to solve the murder, right? Now, his father said it was an hour. His father been saying it's been an hour for 20 years. Now, let me explain to y'all why Reggie's changing the story or changing the tune and saying that it was 3 or 4 hours, right? There's a girl that interviewed Reggie named Kimmy Love, right? Now, Kimmy Love hit me up and was like, yo, I'm getting ready to interview Reggie Wright Jr. I need some questions, right? Along with OG Patrice. You know, this is when them two was cool, right? So they hit me up for some questions to ask Reggie, right? So I'm like, okay. Now, as you can see, Reggie father said 1 hour, right? Let me see if I got Sergeant Reynolds on here saying 1 hour. Hold on. I can't find it right now. I'll find it. But Sergeant Reynolds says 1 hour. Reggie, Robin Ladd, Bobby Ladd, Tim Brennan, all said Reggie called them within the hour, right? Even when Reggie father said it right there, Reggie didn't even correct him, right? He thought about it later and was like, oh, my father said it was an hour, but it was 3 or 4, right? But even then, right? Let's just say that was the truth, right? The truth has no lies, right? And if Reggie was telling the truth, everything that he say would be the same, right? Now, this is where I caught Reggie out there, right? This was March 2nd, right? And you can see I hit her, right? Good job. Thanks for the questions. I saw that my name was mentioned and you didn't even bring me up because Reggie mentioned my name in the interview when they was doing it, right? So here's what I did. I had her ask questions that I know Reggie wasn't going to answer to me, right? Questions I've been proposing, but I was like, I got to ask him in a roundabout way. So this was my opportunity. Now, Reggie didn't think because she didn't have a bunch of subscribers that nobody would be paying attention, right? But the fact that she called me and asked me for some questions, this is how I caught Reggie out there to know that he has some involvement in this, right? Reggie had always told the story. He told Greg Caden and Murder Rap that Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not getting their money for killing Tupac, right? But Reggie always tell us, oh, Tupac got killed because he was trying to be a gangbanger. He jumped on a nigga that was a real nigga that was a gangbanger, woo, 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 right? And then, but he'll turn around in another breath, say, well, he got assassinated because it was a hit through Puffy, allegedly, right? So this is how I caught Reggie out there, right? I had this woman ask him two or three questions, her and OG Patrice. The first question was, Reggie, how did you know Southside did it for you to call your father and tell him, right? Reggie's first answer, you heard what he just said just now, right? Oh, he went to the hospital and all the homies was outside talking and he heard it. That is the made-up story that he came up after I had Kimmy Love and OG Patrice ask him, how did you know to call your father that it was Southside? Reggie says Suge told him. Now, this is before Suge was going at Reggie and was, I guess, privy to a lot of stuff that was being said on YouTube, right? So he says Suge told me. When I got to the hospital, I went into the emergency room and I went in the back and I talked to Suge and Suge told me, right? Then Suge is doing collect calls and he checks Reggie. Reggie, I never seen you at the hospital. You lying. Why are you talking about I told you that? Nigga, I to this day never said who did it, right? Y'all can go see that collect calls. It's called Simon Says, right? He checks Reggie and says, Reggie, I never said that, right? Why you lying? I'm going to play that too, right? So when Suge said that, Reggie doubles back and says, oh, I didn't say Suge told me. I said I went to the hospital and then people outside the hospital was telling me. But you called your father within the hour and told him exactly who did it. Your father just said he know who did it, who were the players, and everything. Do I need to play it back for you? Let's play it back for you to say what your father, you told your father.
So I remember for him to say, actually, the good thing, yeah. On trial, on to YouTube.
Once again, we still under fair use.
To get a lot of intelligence to support their efforts as law enforcement, I was able to get a lot of that. But if I brought that to them a lot, it was some reluctance to accept it because of the connection I had with Suge and with him. So that was some of the challenges he had and running. But for me, yes, and mainly you brought up, and they'll get into the Tupac shooting the night of that. But I had gotten all kind of intelligence from my informants an hour after the shooting went down. Now, Reggie called me as soon as he found out about it and told me that Tupac was shot. He told me he was dead because he believed he was dead that night, and Suge had got shot. So I started trying to work my people as to what happened. But when Reggie was finding out on that end, I was finding out from informants who was hitting my page telling me about what had just happened. So I knew basically who were the suspects, where they were headed, and it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to call Las Vegas PD to give them that information.
Right? So his father knew who, where, and where they was going, everything, right? An hour. Reggie called him, and within the hour, not no fucking 3-4 hours, within the hour, like Trump would say, he called you within the hour. Lying ass, right? So my question was, ask Reggie, how did he know Southside did it for him to be able to call his father within the hour, right? Watch his answer. What's going on with the federal?
Shout out to OG Patrice because she's putting the stones to him on this.
That's right. OG Patrice, you got him. Got him.
Down. I didn't know until Neckbone and Buntree came running up to me at the club, inside of the nightclub, and said, Reg.
How did you call so fast after the shooting? If nobody, like, when you were, you called it, I believe you told someone right after the shooting, not long after the shooting. How did you know so quickly that the shooting had even taken place?
Baby, I didn't know until I went to the hospital and we sitting around, everybody crying, and I went in the emergency room and talked to.
You said, hey, no, to everybody, you got your commercial, everybody cried. But you see how he keep looking off to the side like I told y'all? He's lying again.
Knew about that or heard about that? No one's contacted me. Why? Because they feel good. Those niggas feel comfortable. They had 20.
They all felt good that somebody got shot.
How did you call so fast after the shooting? If nobody, like, when you
felt good.
You called it, I believe you told someone right after the shooting, not long after the shooting. How did you know so quickly that the shooting had even taken place?
Baby, I didn't know until I went to the hospital and we sitting around, everybody crying, and I went in the emergency room and talked to Suge and stuff where that went down. I didn't know until Neckbone and Buntree came running up to me at the club, inside of the nightclub, and said, Reg, Tupac and Suge just got shot down the street. And I'm seeing Vegas PD taking off from the club because they were working there as well and going to that scene.
Hold that
so that's the earliest I know.
Hold that thought for a minute.
Which one is it? When you got to the hospital, you went in emergency and you talked to Suge? And then when Suge said, nigga, I ain't see you at the hospital, you ain't talked to me. Then it's, then Neckbone and them came over to me at the club. So they came over to you at the club 3 hours later, 4 hours later? You telling me Neckbone and Heron, Neckbone and Buntree came over to 662 3 to 4 hours later, that's how you found out? But you called your father within an hour. This is why you're going to jail, brother. This is exactly why you're going to jail.
You told someone right after the shooting.
See, right there, OG Patrice, she forgot my question was, she was supposed to say, you told your father right after the shooting. How did you know to tell your father right after the shooting that it was Southside? She couldn't remember, and she was saying somebody. That's why Reggie like, who you talking about? But good thing he answered it.
Not long after the shooting. How did you called it, I believe you told someone right after the shooting, not long after the shooting. How did you know so quickly that the shooting had even taken place?
Baby, I didn't know until I went to the hospital and we sitting around, everybody crying, and I went in the emergency room and talked to Suge and stuff where that went down. I didn't know until Neckbone and Buntree came running up to me at the club, inside of the nightclub, and said, Reg, Tupac and Suge just got shot down the street. And I'm seeing Vegas PD taking off from the club because they were working there as well and going to that scene.
Hold that.
Now let me ask y'all something. If they did come to him, right, and say that, and he seen the police jetting off going to the scene, why it took him 3 to 4 hours to show up for anybody to see Reggie? It took him 3 to 4 hours to show up. Why nobody saw him for 3 to 4 hours? If they came and told him, yo, they just got shot, why did it take him 3 to 4 hours to show up anywhere for anybody to see him? What was he doing? Washing gun residue off his hands? Lying ass nigga.
And Buntry came running up to me at the club, inside of the nightclub, and said, Reg, Tupac and shooting
not long after the shooting. How did you know so quickly that the shooting had even taken place?
Baby, I didn't know until I went to the hospital and we sitting around, everybody crying, and I went in the emergency room and talked to Suge and stuff where that went down. I didn't know until Neckbone and Buntry came running up to me at the club, inside of the nightclub, and said, Reg, Tupac and Suge just got shot down the street. And I'm seeing Vegas PD taking off from the club because they were working there as well and going to that scene.
Hold that.
So that's the earliest I know.
Hold that thought for a minute. Didn't they say that Buntry gave chase to the white Cadillac and was shooting at the white Cadillac, and that Buntry gave chase? How is that physically possible for him to be in two locations at once? Where I guess he just gave up on chasing the white Cadillac and shooting it out, and then he went to the club?
Wait, so Buntry ain't see the guy you say he caught a ride with, or Michael Moore, and then running the Buntry, you know, when they came to the club and told him that?
Funny how Michael Moore never said that.
Exactly. He's lying. He's fucking lying, bro. He's lying. Wait, did you find out when you went to the hospital and when the Buntry came to Suge, or did you find out when Buntry and Neckbone came and told you? You just told you just told two different ways you found out in one sentence, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's true.
He's lying.
You roll it.
One, let your owner know, or let your boss know, or let people know
Let your owner
that
know.
there was a big fight at the MGM. I had
Man,
never
you go back 200
knew
years.
about that or heard about that. No one contacted me. Why? Because they felt good. Those niggas felt comfortable. They had 20.
They felt good about that MGM
How did
fight.
you call
they felt
so
good
fast
about all
after the
that.
shooting? If nobody, like, when you were, you called it, I believe you told someone right after the shooting, not long after the shooting. How did you know so quickly that the shooting had even taken place?
Baby, I didn't know until I went to the hospital and we sitting around, everybody crying, and I went in the emergency room and talked to Suge and stuff where that went down. I didn't know until Neckbone and Buntry came running up to me at the club, inside of the nightclub, and said, Reg, Tupac and Suge just got shot down the street. And I'm seeing Vegas PD taking off from the club because they were working there as well and going to that scene. So that's the earliest I know. And for me to know who the players were, I didn't know that until I get to the hospital and talking to people. And they telling me, hey,
he said
we just got into a fight.
I'm reminded that he said that Trayvon Lane told him that. So you got another version of the story.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, no. Shout out to hold on.
Wait, somebody just sent you.
Shout out to Blue Gold. Yeah, shout out to Blue Gold. Blue Gold said he told Trayvon Lane. He said Trayvon Lane told him about the shooting, that a shooting happened.
Okay, I see it right there.
Yeah. So now you got. Now what is it?
Three stories.
Pick your player. Yeah. Pick your story.
I keep telling you, Reggie allegedly got Tupac and Suge shot the fuck up, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. This nigga lies do not add up, bro.
Well, I don't understand how you can have so many variations on a story that, the truth is just the truth. That's it. The truth is just the truth. Period. Right. There's no getting around it. and and going around and accusing people of Michael Moore of lying about it and going around. I mean, the reality is that he probably should have leaned into that and said, I don't know why somebody said that over the radio, but you know, that maybe that's what Michael Moore heard. I don't remember hearing that. He could have said something like that. Okay, you know, maybe you get a pass.
You know, we just got into a fight. They got into a fight with the dudes that get to the hospital and talking to people, and they telling me, hey.
Right.
They got into a fight with the dudes at the club, get to the hospital and talking to people, and they telling me, hey, you know, we just got into a fight. They got into a fight with the dudes at the club, and there was some Southside Compton Crip dudes and all of that. But I didn't know who the players were. I didn't know it was Keepy D. I didn't know that it was Baby Lane and all of them at the time. But I knew it was niggas from Compton, from Southside Compton Crip, because that's what makes sense.
He didn't know it was Compton Crips, right? But he told Frank to say that to lie about the chain story, right? Was it wouldn't that be the chain story be the Lakewood Mall, Orlando, and everything? Wouldn't that be particular people that he would know about? This dude's a lie. He's going to jail.
Regular fucking Sherlock Holmes. Regular fucking Sherlock Holmes. I knew it was them because that made sense. Wow. The powers of deduction on this guy. Signed. No wonder he was so helpful for the FBI. Nice job, Sherlock. I knew it was them because it made sense.
So I
didn't know anything. But I didn't know anything. I knew nothing about anything, but that made sense. Don't ask me about anything else. Don't ask me about the radios. I didn't know about that. Don't ask me about Kevin Hackey because I don't know anything about that. Don't ask me anything about the MGM beating because I don't know anything about that either. But I do know about this because it made sense. Am I getting the story here? Am I tracking this?
Hospital and talking to people, and they
liar, bro. I swear to God, bro.
Get to the hospital and talking to people, and they telling me, hey, you know, we just got into a fight. They got into a fight with the dudes at the club, and there was some Southside Compton Crip dudes and all of that. But I didn't know who the players were. I didn't know it was Keepy D. I didn't know that it was Baby Lane and all of them at the time. But I knew it was niggas from Compton, from Southside Compton Crip, because that's what makes sense. That's what made sense. The niggas that we had just got into it with.
Now, I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started. Wait, hold on. Let me get the collect calls and show y'all Suge saying this nigga's lying. And this is why y'all gonna see why he corrected his father. Now here's where Suge catch him in the lie, right?
You called it, I believe you told someone right after the shooting, not long after the shooting. How did you know so quickly that the shooting had even taken place?
Baby, I didn't know until I went to the hospital and we sitting around, everybody crying, and I went in the emergency room and talked to Suge and stuff.
Why would you say that? When were you aware of what happened in Vegas? Was it the night Tupac was shot, or was it later on the 13th when he passed away?
No, it was the night he was shot. Reggie Wright Sr. was our boss. He was lieutenant in charge of the gang unit. His son, Reggie Wright Jr., was the head of Right Way Security. So naturally, they talked. So after the night Tupac was shot, they talked, and Reggie ended up hearing what happened. So he called Tim and I. We were on our days off, and he told us, "Hey, man, Suge and Tupac just got shot in Vegas, and we're hearing it's Southside Crips." He goes, "Man," he goes, "it's coming back to Compton, so y'all better get ready, because it's."
As you can see, Suge said, "Nigga, why would you say that? That ain't happened. You did not come in no hospital. He did not tell you that." Then that's Bobby Ladd right there saying that Reggie Pops called him that night. Within that hour, he didn't say within that hour, but his father always said within that hour. And then you got Sergeant Reynolds. Let me see if I can find that one. All right, look, that one's going to take too long to find. Hold on. What's this one? Right, so now here's how I caught Reggie another time, right? I had the same girls ask him, right? You told Greg Caden Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not getting their money for the death of Tupac. Was it retaliation or was it a hit? Now, there's another one of my questions I had them ask him, right? Watch this.
Saw that James addressed some things that had happened to him that was pretty fucked up. But let me ask you this question that somebody sent me. You said to Greg Kading, Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not setting their for not selling.
She jacked my question up. It was, you said Greg Kading, you told Greg Kading that Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for Tupac. Because they didn't get their money for the hit on Tupac. So was it a hit or was it retaliation from him getting jumped? Watch what Reggie said. Now, he done answered this earlier, but watch this. I got him again.
Their money for the hit on Tupac.
Okay.
How did you know to tell Greg Kading that?
Now we talking like 10 years, maybe 12 years later. So the streets talk. But that was something that was said 12 years later to Greg Kading. I didn't ever see Greg for the first time in my life until about 2008.
What?
We all know. Yes. That's the myth that everybody believes. Like, everybody has a relationship. It's just that it's this stuff that happened so long ago where it seems like people have been in relationships for a long time. I didn't meet Greg Cadence until they came knocking on my door for the murder investigation of Biggie Smalls, and which was
Bingo! Bingo! What have I been telling y'all forever? RJ, what did he? Can you tell them what he just said in layman's terms?
Yeah, he said Greg Kading came to him over the murder of Biggie Smalls. Simple.
Which makes him what?
A suspect or a person of interest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, job. He just told on his fucking self. He just told on himself. He was the suspect in the Biggie murder, and he tried to put it on Keefe D and them. And then when Greg Kading went to Keefe D said, "Motherfucker, I was there with Biggie and them that night. We was there with Biggie. Puffy gave us 3 bottles of Cristal. What are you talking? Oh, I'm sorry. It was Poochie."
Well,
and Greg Kading went for it.
Even if we liberally interpret it, okay? Even if we liberally interpret
this is my friend here. I'm gonna let you talk for a second. Go ahead.
Well, even if we liberally interpret it and we say that when he says that Kading went and visited him for the killing of Biggie Smalls, let's put it this way. Either A, he visited him because he was a person of interest, or B, he visited him because he knew that Reggie rolled over like a egg roll. He just rolled right over, and like he told Phil Carson, I what do you say? I cooperate. I'm a cooperating witness. I cooperate. Well, there's another name for that, and maybe that's why Greg Kading went to him. So I don't know what's worse, in because I'm not.
So the streets talk. But that was something that was said 12 years later to Greg Kading. I didn't ever see Greg for the first time in my life until about 2008.
What?
We all know. Yes. That's the myth that everybody believes. Like, everybody has a relationship. It's just that it's this stuff that happened so long ago where it seems like people have been in relationships for a long time. I didn't meet Greg Kading until they came knocking on my door for the murder investigation of Biggie Smalls, and which was like 2009, 2000, at least 2008, 2009, sometime like that.
So that's when that's how long it took for them to investigate the murder of Biggie.
They were investigating murder. They had other investigators, but when the mother filed that lawsuit, is when they set up a special task force, accompanied by like 12 different agencies. I mean, every agency was on that task force. They had IRS, they had Postal, they had FBI, LAPD, LA Sheriffs, and DEA.
Okay. Let me read this. Ginger Beans ask, Mr. Wright, we appreciate
If you've been injured in a recent car accident that wasn't your fault, I'm going to show
313, my boy Real, 313 Live Show. He always talking about Detroit. He loves it. So I'm coming to visit him one day.
You would too. Let me see. Mel wants the link. Let's see. Let's give Mel the link.
Okay.
Let these people get up here because I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to be able to come back and kick it with your girl. I'm not trying to get up here and beat you up or no kind of shit like that.
I don't mind it because that's the only way things gonna get cleared up, because there's been so much stuff out there, negative stuff, positive stuff, or whatever. But there's so much stuff out there and I sit back. You didn't know me. You didn't know a picture. You ain't never seen how I look. Didn't know how I look until about 2012, 2013, if you've been following this stuff.
Right.
And like I told you earlier, I said the reason why I got on here
put his picture on blast.
My son started going to school and all of that, and like, Reggie Wright. And then I was like, oh, what? And that's what made me come out and start addressing stuff.
So
the only reason.
immediately after, because this is something big. Do you think that they're going to be
by the
calling
way-
you in to testify
by
or
the
anything
way,
like that?
I put his picture on blast publicly in Tupac Assassination, Conspiracy or Revenge in 2007. And then I put his picture back out again off of Fox News in 2009. So this horse shit that he's shoveling, that nobody knew who he was.
Now here you go, man, that his Crip affiliation.
Or the correct thing didn't happen for him,
Well,
meaning
did
he
you have-
wasn't able to go home.
So you are admitted to have affiliation with the Crips during that time.
Oh, I was a cop in Compton for shit. I worked. For
No, that wasn't the question.
Only in
Notice how
90
he dodges that. He said, you were affiliated with the Crips. He goes, yeah, I was. I was a cop at the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Were the cops affiliated with the Crips? Is that what you're saying? You saying the cops were an extension of the Crips? I just caught that. So you're telling me you weren't associated with the Crips? Oh, yeah, I was a Compton cop. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess we know how those lines were cut now, don't we?
Exactly.
Thank you for admitting it.
Thank you.
For
We
admitting
needed
that the Compton cops were in with the Crips.
Yes.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up. Video number 1752.
or 96. I have been working in the city of Compton Police Department since 1984. I went to schools ever since I was moved out of the Imperial Courts housing project in Watts in what that would have been like 1972. So yeah, I played football, basketball, baseball, grew up in the city of Compton. I'm not a cop or an ex-cop or something that lived in the suburbs and came down to the ghetto and policed the ghetto. I lived right there. Both of my grandparents lived in that city. So I'm a Compton boy all the way.
Why would you think it'll still be documented in LAPD records with your affiliation and you being a former cop? Why do you think it's still on record with you being associated with that?
It's on record because it's information that was given.
You heard him? It's information that was given. Right? Given by who? Himself. Now this here, is when I catch him with the grade Caden question that I get her to ask him. Was it a hit or was it retaliation?
Was it a hit or was it retaliation?
Retaliation for them assaulting. That's why I call it gang banging activities. I don't say black on black crime or anything like that. That's what gang bangers do. You hurt one of ours, we go and try to hurt one of y'all's. Or you.
Ugh. Was it? I mean, so he basically, it was retaliation. So, oh my goodness. So was it the fight that got him killed?
It was a fight. It was a fight. And more importantly, excuse me,
No, you're fine.
Okay. It was all right. Sorry about that. My apologies. But it was the assault that happened that made them have the courage or the anger to do it that particular night. But I also believe that they also knew it was a bounty that was put out there by y'all dancing friend, Mr. P. Diddy.
Naming names now. Naming it now. Wasn't this the guy who got all up in arms about people saying and where he said how mad he was about everybody saying that he had something to do with the Tupac case or saying stuff about him and how up in arms he was about that and how wrong he thought that was. And
Right.
yeah, it's okay for him to point the finger at somebody else.
Right.
But, you know, and that's going to be true, right? But I'll walk back the other one and add the other.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It was the assault that happened that made them have the courage or the anger to do it that particular night. But I also believe that they also knew it was a bounty that was put out there by y'all dancing friend, Mr. P. Diddy. I'm sure he, that threw him out there and that made him be like, okay, we can get some money and we go do that. That made him like get a little bit extra incentive.
Oh,
That's what made you allegedly do it, motherfucker. You allegedly conspired with him to do it, allegedly. Because the extra incentive, the money. Not to mention Tupac fired your ass and Suge just got hit that y'all was stealing money. Now, that was the incentive?
And more importantly, excuse me.
no, you're fine.
Okay. It was all right. Sorry about that. My apologies. But it was the assault that happened that made them have the courage or the anger to do it that particular night. But I also believe that they also knew it was a bounty that was put out there by y'all dancing friend, Mr. P. Diddy. I'm sure he, that threw him out there and that made him be like, okay, we can get some money and we go do that. That made him like get a little bit extra incentive to do what they did.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's get into Diddy.
Now that right there, y'all, is my belief, which was Reggie's motive, allegedly, Reggie Wright Jr.'s motive, allegedly, to orchestrate this play because it was some money involved. I believe, allegedly, Keefe D told Reggie about the offer of the $1 million that was offered to him, knowing that Reggie got fired by Tupac, knowing that David Kennedy got fired, knowing that Reggie was allegedly his Crip brother, right? You heard how he said? He just gave you the motive, the plot, the plan, and the execution. The motive was the money. The plot was, the death row chain, this, that, and other. The plan was to make it look like Orlando got beat up over the chain, and the execution was to kill Tupac and them and get the money from Diddy, allegedly, right? Listen to what he said very clearly. That's the whole play right there. He's saying it's both.
Mhm.
Watch.
Oh, yeah, because you walk back the other one and added the other.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It was the assault that happened that made them have the courage or the anger to do it that particular night. But I also believe that they also knew it was a bounty that was put out there by y'all dancing friend, Mr. P. Diddy. I'm sure he, that threw him out there and that made him be like, okay, we can get some money and we go do that. That made him like get a little bit extra incentive.
Oh,
That's what made you allegedly do it, motherfucker. You allegedly conspired with him to do it, allegedly. Because the extra incentive, the money. Not to mention Tupac fired your ass and Suge just got hit that y'all was stealing money. Now, that was the incentive.
And more importantly, excuse me.
No, you're fine.
Okay. It was all right. Sorry about that. My apologies. But it was the assault that happened that made them have the courage or the anger to do it that particular night. But I also believe that they also knew it was a bounty that was put out there by y'all dancing friend, Mr. P. Diddy. I'm sure he, that threw him out there, and that made him be like, okay, we can get some money, and we go do that. That made him like get a little bit extra incentive to do what they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's get into Diddy. How do you knew all along, because I was watching you. You knew all along, and you've been telling people for years that Diddy was a Fruit Loop.
Real quick, RJ, let me ask you, how far-fetched is it that Keefe D could have went to Reggie and been like, yo, allegedly Puff offered us some money for Suge and Tupac. You know what I'm saying? $1 million, this, that, and the other. Went to, probably told Reggie that, because we know him and Reggie have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole Tupac shit got set up. This is why Orlando's standing there waiting, this, that, and the other. How far-fetched is that?
I think it ranks up there. I mean, it has just as much, I would say, proof behind it as anything else. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, when you don't have hard evidence on everything and everything is speculation, everything is story, then if you don't have any hard evidence, then anything could be just as equally possible as the other. I mean, again, we all know those cats all knew each other. We know Reggie knew Keefe D. We know that, okay? We also know that Russ Poole questioned Keefe D. LAPD questioned Keefe D. I got the records on that. They questioned everybody about this, okay? So to say that these guys didn't know each other, never talked to each other, never had anything to do with each other, and it's some kind of surprise that this all happened. No, I think what you're saying there, I mean, it's got some weight to it. It's got some merit to it. I don't see why not.
I mean, Reggie's wife is
why not? I haven't
Keefe
seen it.
Reggie's wife is Keefe D's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
So we know they grew up and know each other.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So I believe that Keefe D may have dropped the bug to Reggie and been like, yo, them niggas offered us $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, what? And knowing that Pac just fired him.
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you pack, store, and ship.
And
well, listen, here's your cross evidence chain. You just said that Keefe D might have said something. Well, you know that Reggie said something to Greg Kading. Greg Kading wrote about it in his book. Reggie said a whole lot of things to Greg Kading about a whole lot of things. Okay. And
he admits it in here. He admits that he was the suspect in the Biggie murder.
Well, of course he was. Of course he was. I'm not sure in some people's minds he's still not. But when you talk about he talked to Greg Kading, told Greg Kading all about P. Diddy and told him that's Reggie that did that. Then you got Keefe D. According to the task force members that work with Greg Kading, they interviewed Keefe D 12 to 15 times. And you ain't talking about Tupac murder if you got to go over it 12 to 15 times on a case that's called Jerry Hawkins. Okay, you don't do that. Well, you're going to interview Keefe D 12 to 15 times. You better know he's giving up some other information. So you got Keefe D talking to Greg Kading. You got Reggie Wright talking to Greg Kading. Why wouldn't they complete that triangle? You got them both talking over here. Why wouldn't they talk to each other?
Right. I be telling y'all. Now, I said this a year ago. And they just put it in Keefe D case last week. I've been saying this a whole year ago. And now he's just officially a suspect. All you got to do is let him talk. Just let Reggie talk. He going to jam himself. He going to jam himself up. Just let him talk. He should have got off YouTube a long time ago. And his arrogance and his cockiness still got him on YouTube right now. These motherfuckers still dropping episodes, and he just got put in the case. And he think that because Las Vegas Metro Police Department Homicide Division was a little slow in the beginning, letting him work with them. And and look at this, y'all. This nigga's a rat. He says he's been working with the police to set up motherfuckers.
That's what all the conspiracies and all the people that want to draw theories and stuff like that is putting out. It's unfortunate because that's what messed up the case. That's what made Vegas now just decided to do it because he kept talking about it. The QPD would shut up and went on. And
He talking about if KVD would have just shut up and went on. But in the same interview, he says he coached him to go do these interviews, and he told the people who's interviewing him what to ask him. Now he's saying if he would have just shut up. We understood under fair use here.
QPD would have just shut up. That's what made Vegas. But it doesn't make sense. But now just decided to do it because he kept talking about it. If QPD would have just shut up and went on and by his own happy little way, he'll be home free right now. But he kept talking about it, on social media, bragging about it, talking and writing books about it. And with the DA, y'all know, they're not going to be embarrassed too often. They're just not going to take it.
And you might be wondering why he got.
He's like, hey, Reggie, this is going down. I'm be feeding you information, but it's about to be big. It's about to be on and popping and copping. But these dudes are serious. He started making his calls, and to the point where they were just like, all right, yeah, whatever. And
You want to talk, Reggie Sr., about what was happening on your end when you're getting this information and what you're relaying back to the locals?
Okay, I didn't know exactly what time it was because he woke me up. I was asleep. But at some point in all this, what they call it, 2 by 7, I was out in Vegas. Somebody claimed that I was out in Vegas. I was the one standing next to somebody. It was all a mess. But I was at home asleep. He woke me up and told me, hey, Tupac just got shot and Suge. It just happened a little while. It was Southside. And he started telling me the players that he was hearing were involved. Orlando Anderson and about the chain attempted to be snatched at the MGM. So I immediately said, okay, they're involved.
Now, bro, he called his father and told him it was Southside, it was Orlando that did the shooting within the hour? Really? These niggas, they going to jail, bro. They going to jail, bro. He told me it was Orlando within the hour, y'all. Reggie wasn't at the fight. Now, if you go look, let me calm down. I swear to God to y'all, there are interviews with Reggie saying that he did not know about the fight until days later. I swear on everything. I just can't. I'm drawing a blank right now to go grab it. Reggie does an interview and he says he does not know about the Orlando Tupac fight until days, not hours, days later. And I'm going to find that clip and I'm going to play that for y'all. Yo, I'm telling y'all, bro, there's no reason that he got all these lies if he's not involved in this murder, bro. And then he say the other day, David Mack, he said the people that was on the scene. He's describing the people that were on the scene, bro. And he says, David Mack. I ain't worried about David Mack because he didn't work for Right Way Security. Well, who said David Mack was on the scene of the Tupac shooting? Why are you putting David Mack there? Are you doing your deliberate dry snitching thing or did you slip up? You said David Mack, brother. I must got it saved on my other phone. But you said David Mack. I got it saved on my other phone. You said David Mack. Now, wouldn't David Mack be the light-skinned dude with a bald head, with a mustache that looked like a bitch in the face? No disrespect to him. But doesn't he fit that that description? And why would you say Suge, Kevie D, and David Mack were the only ones that's still alive, and David Mack never worked for Right Way? Why would you say that? Why would you put David Mack as at the scene in the Tupac murder? We'll be waiting for that answer. Now you dry snitching on David Mack because the walls is closing in on you. You can go ahead and take that down because I got that too. Damn, I wish I had my other phone down here. Yeah, no reason to bring up David Mack. But now we know David Mack possibly was there because you just told on him. Thank you. Keep running your mouth. Remember Sharita told you, Reggie, get off the internet, Reggie. Let them niggas think what they want. You ain't. Why are you worried about the police, Reggie? Because you are trying to cover your tracks. You're in trouble, buddy. You're in big trouble, buddy. We got you. All these lies, we got you, brother. Oh, we got you. Wait a minute. There's one more thing here.
And will lead these people to the questions that I wanted to answer.
Well, able to get a lot of intelligence to support their effort.
But I suppose the chief had a bunch of questions, and Uncle Rambo, so I wrote for him to ask him. I want to see if he answer this question. That's for me. I try to be very transparent.
Look at this snitch. Look at this snitch. Rat bastard. You still work with the police, huh? Y'all out there getting money with Reggie. Y'all better be careful.
I try to be very transparent because now it's over.
He still work with the police. Listen.
I have been, recently I still work with law enforcement on some things. The Keith Davis, Keefy D, the guy that's on trial currently with for the shooting of Tupac Shakur. I was very instrumental with helping bringing him onto YouTube and talk, and also with the prosecution currently of laying out the atmosphere of what's going on. And so it was just an interesting ride coming from the law enforcement side and working for the music company like that.
He's been working with law enforcement in the Tupac case, and he was instrumental in bringing Keefy D onto the internet to talk. Keefy D, I'm sorry you was a little slow. You got off the yellow bus with a helmet, and you didn't know that Reggie was setting you up, nigga, and told you what to go out there and say and do that book and everything. So he makes sure you go down for which y'all probably did together, allegedly, trying to get that $1 million. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We still under fair use. This nigga said he still work with the police. And he out here calling people snitches. Ain't that a bitch?
I try to be very transparent because now it's over. And I have been, recently I still work with law enforcement on some things. The Keith Davis, Keefy D, the guy that's on trial currently with for the shooting of Tupac Shakur. I was very instrumental with helping bringing him onto YouTube and talk, and also with the prosecution currently of laying out the atmosphere of what's going on. And so it was just an interesting ride working.
This rat bastard is out here still snitching, setting dudes up. And he's the guilty one, allegedly. You see, he brought all the people to the grand jury except for K-Dub and Trayvon, his friends, who was at the fight and at the goddamn shooting. But he over there trying to set Keefy D up. I still work for law enforcement. I was instrumental in getting Keefy D on the internet and talking on YouTube, helping with the police with the Tupac case. You rat bastard. You a rat. You a rat. Not only did you testify in the grand jury, you sat just right there and said you still work with law enforcement. Rat bastard. Well, you did one too many interviews, dummy. And now the world is going to see what you really are made of. Shystiness. You allegedly took out one of the greatest rappers alive. And it's getting ready to come to fruition. You thought Keefy D was going to go down for you? We got you. We got you. You got any more lies you want to tell? You got any more excuses, Roy? You got any more excuses, Roy? Boy, you a hot mess. You caught. I ain't know till I went to the hospital and Suge told me. Lie. Nah, man, Buntry and Neckbone came over to the club and they told me. And it took you, they came and told you, and it took you 3 to 4 hours to see anybody? Okay. Okay. Well, there's more to come when it comes to your lives, brother. Y'all make sure y'all get my Tunnel documentary out right now on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, clusters right here on YouTube, Stash Movies. I'll drop the link right now. And if you please come join me for my birthday cruise. Come network with me. April 6th to the 11th on Virgin Voyages. Hit me up, chokenojoke@gmail.com or at Real Choke No Joke. DM me. You know, couples come out. Solo sailors, male, females. A lot of solo people going to be coming too. But I got the couples coming. Come hang out. Let's network. Let's build. Let's eat. Let's get tan. Let's jump in the jacuzzi, the pool. Let's party. Let's dance. Let's eat. Let's have a great time, man. Choke No Joke. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Like, get me to 1 million subscribers, you know, for being the real one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go out there and buy them like these fake channels. But y'all know what it is. Choke No Joke, East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. Shout out to everybody in Cali. You know what I mean? All the way from Oakland, all the way down to San Bernardino, San Francisco, the Bay, everywhere. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast, Great Britain, Ireland, South Africa, Germany, the Netherlands, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Atlanta, you know what I mean? Jersey, Baltimore, Philly, North Carolina, South Carolina, you know what I mean? Everybody over in the Midwest, Texas, what up? Missouri, what up? All right, Mississippi, what up? Alabama, what up? You know what I mean? Choke No Joke, Vegas, what's up? You know what I mean? Arizona, what's up? Connecticut, what's up? Shout out to everybody out there, man. Choke No Joke, I will holler at y'all in the AM. You know what it is.
Let's go out
to the air now. Choke No Joke, you already know. Choke No Joke, you already know.
Palm to the trees and the palms of dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like divas. Out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her. So I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang. Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with Kane. On the east, trees the social thing. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. Gotta love life and offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the East, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the ass. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap West Coast, both coasts are known to give you fame. Got paparazzis playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all, let's connect. Rather East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap West Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. You can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Smile treatment, you know. Let's go. Alright. Let's go out to the ladies. I got one for y'all.
First one get it, get the prize. All right.
In my room, pissy or boom, alarm clock banging, big tune. Stuck, forgot, I laid up with Katina. Kick freak shit like Adina. Please her, even when she being a teaser, Eldina. Now they call her Knock-Nita. How I meet her? Oh yeah, Dalila. Had that ass jumping like the fever. Hit it once, real chick won't front. Heard my name in the jungle, went for the hunt. Don't beat around the bush, you scared of thorns. Days you waste, we can get it on. Word ball like James. In the back of my whip, who you with like Jigga? Ain't no nigga, blow your back out like this nigga.
Love is love. Holy crap. It's looking beautiful out here. Water looking a little rough. But I'm here, baby. I'll holler back to y'all in a second. Let me get undressed.
Shanita, I had to eat her at daddy house where I greet her. She made me shiver, quiver. To this day, a nigga still dig her. A dime after you hit it 5 times. Her by your side, make any nigga shine. Walk with a pack, you know how niggas be acting. Disrespectful and shit like they tough like 10 acting. Take her to the beach, bathe the suit sweet like candy. Intoxicating like brandy. My baby, baby, baby. Drives me crazy, makes me lazy to the bone. Play my lap at the throne. Next king, believe me, lyrical see me. At my windshield with the squeegee. I heard hip hop like the death for easy.
As you can see, we here back in the Hard Rock Cafe. They done turned it up. Look how they doing the dinner tonight. Look at this. It smells so good out here, I'm telling you.
Shanae, make any cat day, okay? No one freak me this way. Had me tied up, my way and lied up. If it was a stick, no way I rise up. Time's up, she said don't move. Suck my lips, said don't fuck up the groove. Blinking crazy, the blindfold move. Smell something sweet across my lips and move. Here, bite this, tell me what it is. And friend, you can get these skins. Strawberries, untie me in a hurry. Dig you out like you Halle Berry. She said,
Give me what I want.
what's that?
You gotta give me what I need.
I don't know.
I really gotta know.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey,
what's up?
Can you give me what I want?
What's that?
Can you give me what I need?
I job. Learn from mistakes, man. Don't get tricked out that paper. Yeah, it's an Eden Wall project. You know what it is.
This is how I do, man. See? While you sitting around hating, I'm creating, demonstrating, negotiating, and never player hating. It's Choke No Joke, baby. Hey, what's up? Out now on iTunes, as you can see, Apple Music. My girl Lila just downloaded it. Internationally known on the microphone, your boy Choke No Joke. Don't leave me alone. Of course.
Choke No Joke. Yeah. It's Choke No Joke. Choke No Joke. Chicken Choke No Joke. Choke No Joke, nigga.